Today we got a story about everybody's favorite, the PPP loans. This comes out of Jefferson Parish, as a resident is guilty of fraud and identity theft. Jalessa LaCour, that's different, age 36 and a resident of Jefferson Parish, pled guilty on August 14, 2025 before the United States District Court Judge Carl J. Barbier to 2 counts of wire fraud and 2 counts of aggravated identity theft. I noticed it's not really consistent because I notice people can do multiple wire fraud transactions, but like they say they did 50, but they only count it as 1. So I wonder how they do this. Michael M. Simpson emphasized that this case is a part of the Department of Justice ongoing efforts to hold people accountable for the pandemic-related financial crimes. Now, during the pandemic, a lot of people got laid off, fired because your job just wasn't essential, or either they sent you home. But during that time, people was very worried about the future. And that's honestly where a lot of scams start happening. So I wouldn't doubt it. LaCour targeted 2 major relief programs, the Payment Protection Program, we all know about that, the PPP, and the Emergency Rental Assistance Program, which I feel like nobody really talks about that much. I'm wondering why. Both were designed to help household and business survive the COVID-19 crisis. If you're going to scam the government, no. Don't scam the government. Scam individuals. Scam Gen Z, scam boomers. Those 2 groups are victims of high fraud. It was fraud and scam. They fall for it the most. Now, I guess younger is naive and elder is incompetent. Target them. Don't target no government agency. You stupid. You're going to lose every time. So, again, don't scam the government, but this was meant for businesses to pay their employees so that they will continue to go to work. Payroll is the biggest expense. So the government gave out a bailout to a lot of companies, but people failed to realize that you had to start a business before this program was introduced, because of course they knew you guys were going to scam. So I kind of feel like it's a little trap they set up for people, because again, you want to help the citizens, but you know that there's going to be some fraud. Even the Small Business Administration Office of Intersect General estimated that over 200 billion, roughly 17% of all the Payment Protection Program and the EIDL fund went to potentially fraudulent actors. We all saw the videos people would post on TikTok saying, hey, I think I'm gonna go to jail. This was so stupid. You're gonna get caught, because you have to at least submit tax forms like W-2, say, hey, we paid this employee, and then they can just verify through the IRS. It's that simple. It's gonna be like a chain reaction. Like, they may not catch you for the first few weeks, but you're gonna mess up somewhere, and then it's a chain reaction. And the Emergency Rental Assistance Program, most of us, like younger folks, don't have homes, so we really didn't know anything about this. But this is basically saying, hey, we will pay for your mortgage if you meet certain qualifications. I just tell us, during that period, a lot of people did not pay their mortgages. A lot of people were getting foreclosed on because they weren't allowed to. The government actually intervened. This was essentially a bailout for the entire country. You got your rental assistance, then you got the Payment Protection Program for the businesses. It's a bailout. Everybody got a bailout. Those 2 little 600 checks and the $1,200 rebate tax credit, those weren't compared to the trillions, because those were $1 trillion bills that passed these programs. So Laura admitted that she obtained numerous Paycheck Protection Programs loans. Loans mean like, if you didn't use this for payroll, they were going to come back to you and say, hey, if you didn't use it for payroll and we need to see your accounting records, you owe us that money back. But if you use it strictly for payroll and you kept the economy going, but you didn't lay people off, so they ain't got to file for unemployment, you're good. But if you didn't, which a lot of people didn't, 200 billion, and that was 17%. She admitted that she obtained numerous Paycheck Protection Program loans, using falsified tax forms. I'm pretty sure she said, oh, these are my W-2s, and IRS can just verify that stuff and say, no, we didn't receive this file, because that's honestly how they audit you guys. Their employer reports what they gave you on your W-2, and then they give you your own copy, and that's how they audit. IRS doesn't know. It's compliance. It's a system. Don't try to scam the government. Scam individuals, Gen Z and boomers preferably, if you want to scam. I'm not promoting it, I'm just saying. She also fraudulently obtained Emergency Rental Assistance Program and names of numerous purported renters. She was using other people's information to apply for the rental assistance. So this lady isn't too bad. She ain't too bad. She's knowledgeable, but again, a big $1 trillion system versus you gonna lose. All right. In some instances, the applications were made on behalf of accomplice seeking to benefit from the scheme. So she put her friends on. I don't see their names here, so. Ooh, all right. Well, she's a mastermind. And in other instances, LaCour misused others' identities to obtain payment in their names. She probably have it sent to a PO box or an address or to a bank account. If you did that, you silly, because it's linked to you. And then she just cashed out. It wasn't her account, but she cashed out. Okay, you wasn't bad. Now, at sentencing, LaCour faced potential penalties up to 20 years imprisonment per wire fraud counts, plus 3 years of supervisor release probations and 2-year imprisonment per aggravated identity counts, plus 1 year of supervision. Okay. Additionally, each carries a maximum fine of $250,000, so $1 million, 4 counts, and a mandatory $100 assessment fee. This is what pissed me off about our judicial system here in America. There is no uniformity. I'm butchering the word. Uniformity. Unificate. I can't pronounce it. But we need that. That's in all of our document reporting. Like, it just seems more like an emotional response, or there can be some personal influence. And when I say by personal influence, I just did a case regarding a Illinois Speaker of the House being bribed to change legislation for a company's favor. Now, he got 9 years, which I felt that's a good start, but I know he's not going to serve that full time. And he got like a little fine. And then the people who were actually bribing him got 2 years. Now, what the hell? They were doing things that affect the whole community. Yes, she was wrong because she was scamming the government, and she was putting her friends on, by the way. But why is she getting 44 years? Because we have 20 years per count. That's for the wire fraud. So that's 40 years. 2 counts, 20 years times 2 is 40. Then she got 2 years per aggravated identity theft. So that's 44 years. 2020, 44 years. Again, he got 9 years. Other 3, they got 2 years. And then she's being fined $1 million. Did she make $1 million? Like, how much did she make? How you really expect her to pay for this? And what is this assessment fee? Is that during her supervisor where she got to take like a drug test every time and she sees you guys? Because you guys do that, and then sometimes I'm not even going to go into that, but yeah, I don't like how that turned out. I do think we need some uniformity just to say, no, this don't make right. And I get that case can be scenario based, but who was she really affecting? Yes, she was stealing from the taxpayer. You can say that, but they were actually affecting people's day-to-day lives, and that money wasn't really hurting y'all. Let's be serious. But yeah, it makes no sense. We need some uniformity. I'm not saying you did bad. Well, you kind of, I think you're a bit excessive. Well, you didn't give out the sentencing, but that's what she's facing. This. We need. All right. Until next time. Thanks for watching the video. Y'all be easy.